one less problem without you. Hey guys, Soulless Reviews here, and today I want to talk about the new Ariana Grande single, Focus. Now this seems to be her first single ever leading up to her third studio album, which is yet to be announced when the release date is, but I believe the title is called Moonlight. Now, Ariana Grande's first album, which was Yours Truly, I listened to it, did not like it all that much. I felt like there was still this kind of feel like she was still part of Nickelodeon. She was still trying to make very lighthearted, not edgy music, and it came out very cliche. Didn't like it all that much. I kind of got annoyed with it the more it progressed, and just wasn't my cup of tea. However, her second album, My Everything, came out to be a very solid project, and I enjoyed that one way more than I did the first. There are a lot of songs on My Everything that still get replayed to this day. I actually enjoy them. And for a bubblegum pop project, I think she pulled it off pretty well. I liked especially how you can go from her first project to her second project and see the maturity between the two, and that the second project seems to be Ariana Grande expressing herself more, that she wasn't under the strict hold of Nickelodeon or any other kind of television media. She was able to express how she wanted on that project, and I feel like it turned out pretty well. So considering the fact that she seems to be in this new state of her career where she's actually making more mature music, I'm actually excited to hear what she has next, and this single right here, Focus, I'm excited to see how it sounds. My only fear for the poor girl is the fact that Adele seems to be killing it with her album sales right now. I think she's in the millions of people who have pre-ordered that album. So if she starts releasing content too soon, she has to wait a little bit, because even when it drops later this November, Adele's album, there's still going to be a huge mass of hype, and some of the songs off that are definitely going to reach height in the charts, and she's going to last a while into 2016, I'm telling you guys. Adele isn't going to fade away that quickly. So essentially, I'm just worried that Grande may not be able to reach the kind of success that she may or may not deserve if Adele is smothering the charts. But hey, maybe she could pull through here. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I am going to listen to the new Ariana Grande single, Focus, and then afterwards I am going to tell you guys just how I feel about it. Okay. Alright. So, this single, Focus, it was okay. It had some aspects I didn't like about it, at the same time some aspects that I found to be peculiar and interesting. Now, I think we have to get the elephant out of the room here, and that is the hook of this song. Now, I don't have a problem with Jamie Foxx making himself sound like Fozzie Bear on steroids, but, the point of a hook is supposed to draw you in and kind of make the catchy aspect of a said song. When I was listening to this song, what actually happened was I found myself cringing whenever the hook came on. I was like, alright, I get this is building up to the hook, I'm ready. And then I would just sit through the hook. I would just sit there and listen to it. I wasn't singing along to it. Who the hell would want to sing along to that? It's so raspy and annoying. Like, I don't want to rip on Jamie Foxx, because it's not like that was... here it's not really a good choice, but outside of this, his music hasn't been all that bad. But this hook, it seems like Ariana Grande was trying to go for an introspective view, in that hooks are usually supposed to be catchy and interesting and hook you in, no pun intended, but she's trying to be a little introspective here and saying, oh, my hook sounds a little raspy and unorthodox, I'm being creative instead of doing the usual usual. When, in reality, a lot of people have done creative hooks. They've done some cool stuff in their music where it's technically a hook, but it's not seen as a hook. A lot of cool stuff out there. I just don't think this was a very good idea, because, especially when you're listening to a bubblegum pop artist, you kind of want to hear a catchy hook, and this was rather annoying, and I can't really see this catching on. I actually heard a lot of reactions from people like, God, this hook is terrible. Like, oh my God, the song is okay, but this hook is terrible. I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it, and I did, and really, Jamie Foxx on that hook, he makes decent music, but this is... No. You can keep that. You can keep that to yourself. And another negative aspect is the fact that this song seems to be extremely formulaic to her original single for her second album, My Everything, Problem. Everything from the big booming hook to the part at the end where it kind of takes away for a second, where Iggy Azalea's verse could fit into this song but isn't present. The whole song structure seems to be very similar to that song, and it's like she's trying to follow the same pattern, and that Problem was such a big hit that she wants to do the same thing, hoping that she'll just hit the same success with what she did with Problem. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's what you should be doing. I feel like you should be trying to create new ways to create catchy songs, not trying to follow the same formula that you already have done. Hell, even the hook, how people didn't know who was on Problem's hook until we found out, or as the video showed us be Big Sean. People kind of assumed, like, we didn't know who was on that hook, and she's creating that same mysterious element with this track on we don't know who the hook was until she announced it on her concert, her Halloween concert. She was trying to create that same, ooh, who's on the hook, when in reality it was like, I don't think anybody really gives a shit who's on the hook. Whoever it is, we're gonna rip on because it sounds like Kermit the Frog choking on an apple. Yeah, I don't know what's with these Muppets reference, it's just what it sounded like to me. But outside of those things that I thought were a little, I don't know if I like this, it did have a good theme in that it wasn't just like her wanting to like, hey, focus on me, I'm the center of attention, which I thought maybe it would have been the thing when I first heard it. But it's actually, when you actually listen to the lyrics, you actually look at the lyrics more, it's people are kind of judging her because of some actions that she's done recently that are a little questionable in her social life. But they're just little flukes, and some of them may not even be true, so she wants the public, the people who portray her to be this kind of uptight diva, to actually, like, look at her more, actually focus on her. Does this really seem like something she would do? She's actually kind of this really sweet and nice person. She doesn't actually do some of these things that people say they do, or they shouldn't judge her as hard as they do, because it's just little flukes. Like, she's only human. Don't judge her for doing what some of the stuff she does, because in reality, guys, she hasn't really done anything wrong. She hasn't, like, killed anybody, so I mean, really, like, who really cares? All that's been going around is just some gossip about her hating Americans and all that jazz, when in reality, she just wants you to really focus on her personality, because she's not trying to be a bad person. She's actually generally sweet and kind. And then also, the production wasn't god-awful. There were some horns that I liked. They were more evident towards the end of the track, but they still appeared, and I liked their presence. And I didn't mind the tin can tapping in the background. I thought it was alright. But I mean, just the main problem was what the song was centered around, mainly not really instrumentals. It was centered around the beat, and the beat was very similar to that of Problem. So I mean, the gripe here comes into play when she was kind of being extremely formulaic to that of Problem, which was the single she thought which she could get the most success off of repeating. So all in all, guys, I was really I was more excited than I should have been for this. I mean, honestly, I expected something a little more than her doing this. I mean, I feel like she was trying to be a little creative, and I also like the theme of this song. I feel like she pulled that off well. Like, she wants you to focus, like I said, on her personality more than what the media portrays her to be. I like the theme, and I like some of the sounds, but the hook is a little bit, it's pretty horrendous, and the fact that this is really formulaic to how she had her first single off My Everything sound, it's a little sketchy, and it ends up to being just an okay track, not really something that I liked all that much. I just ended up being, this is alright, nothing really all that special. So, I would say, check it out if you're a Grande fan, because it's maybe something you might get a little jiggy to, I don't know what you're into. But if you're just a casual music listener, I'd say you could just skip over this, because it's really, if you've heard Problem, you've heard this track, and it's a little worse than Problem too, so it's nothing all that special, and you'll hear it on the radio anyways, so I mean, you might as well just blow it off for now. And yeah, that is all I got for you guys. If you would like to like or subscribe, that'd be awesome, I'd really appreciate it, and till next time, Soulless Reviews.